side out of Toledo. I called my union counterpart in Toledo. I said, hey, good news, we have your guy. Your guy committed a murder, chose to fled to our town. I'll tell you right now, the wrong town to come to if you murder somebody. Our SWAT team will go out looking for you. This case is one of the most horrific cases I ever heard. This is a 14-year-old that was murdered, had her hands and her almost.
Hey players, so I have some information surrounding the horrific and tragic disappearance and murder of 13-year-old Keimani Latigue in Toledo, Ohio. So according to reporting, March 17, 2025 was the last time that 13-year-old Keimani Latigue was seen alive. Her grandmother, who was her legal guardian, called police and stated that she had worked overnight, and when she got home, her house was in complete disarray and Keimani was missing. She stated when she arrived home, the front door was unlocked. There was a strong smell of gas coming from the stove, and Keimani's glasses and her keys were inside. And no one has seen or heard from Keimani since. Now, the last person believed to have seen Keimani was her father, who reported that he had came to the house that night because Keimani called him and said that she was scared, that she feared someone was about to break in. So he came over and stayed for an hour or so, and around 12:30 a.m. he left the home.
I came over here because she said that if it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house, so I sat for an hour, me and my cousin, we sat over here, and we left around like 12:30ish.
Ever since that tragic day when Keimani was reported missing by her grandmother Dorothy, the search had been on for her. The police had been looking for her as well as the community. But apparently police officers felt some type of way about the father because they did issue an arrest warrant for him on March 23rd on suspicion of abduction. Remember, he was the last one that seen Keimani alive. Now, apparently, Darnell Jones was on the run. He was not able to be found, but the search for Keimani continued. And unfortunately, yesterday, some remains were discovered in an abandoned house. And they have identified those remains as Keimani. And it was absolute chaos on the scene. Not only were members of the community there, but Dorothy, the grandmother and the legal guardian, was on the scene, as well as Keimani's biological mother. And she did say some things to Dorothy, kind of blaming her for this entire situation. And more chaos ensued when the grandmother was placed in handcuffs by the authorities. Now, we didn't know exactly what was going on yesterday. Was she arrested in connection with the crime committed against her granddaughter Keimani? However, we learned today from police officers that she was not actually arrested. According to her, she asked to be placed in handcuffs. They came to her home to get her because of some alleged threats that have been made against her. So now that Keimani's remains have been found, authorities did upgrade the charges against her father, 33-year-old Darnell Jones. They charged him with murder, felonious assault, and abduction. And according to authorities in Columbus, Ohio, they staked out all Tuesday night and early Tuesday morning and determined that a vehicle belonging to Darnell Jones was in the area, and they began searching for him, located him, and a shootout ensued in which Darnell Jones was wounded. Apparently, he was transported to the hospital where he is now in stable condition, so he can face charges for this despicable act that he committed. And based on Darnell's encounter with police, he now faces a felonious assault charge in Columbus, where he will be arraigned in the Franklin County Municipal Court at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Now, as far as the Toledo police is concerned, I feel like they should have held a press conference so that way we can get some type of clarity on what is going on. This is obviously a case of public interest, and they're not giving any information confirming nor denying anything at this point regarding this. Everything that's coming out is from sources. So we don't know exactly what happened to Keimani. I'm pretty sure there's an autopsy that is underway. Now, from the Columbus police, we learned that there was a possible grape. There was also the possibility of her hands being severed, and also something, with the neck. That's what we learned from him, but we haven't learned anything concrete from the investigators in this case. Now, I did want to tell you guys that Keimani's grandmother, as well as one of her daughters, did an interview with the local news station. It's about a 9-minute segment where they kind of give some background regarding Keimani, and I feel like it's important to watch that video because there's a lot of misinformation. I heard that Keimani was in foster care, that the grandmother was actually her foster mother. I heard a lot of different things. I'm glad I waited before putting anything out because apparently that's not true at all. I'll just give you a little bit of it and you guys can watch it for yourself. I actually put it in the comments on Facebook so you can see it. According to the grandmother, Keimani Latigue, she has had physical custody of her granddaughter Keimani for the past 5 years. Now, she's had legal custody of her for like the past year. Before that, Keimani was not living with her biological mother. She was actually living with her mother's godmother. Apparently, she had been living with the godmother from the time she was 8 months all the way up until 5 years ago. Dorothy spoke very highly of her granddaughter, saying that she was very smart, that she was an old soul, and that she was really tomboyish. Like, she was on the basketball team, she had really good grades, and she was actually supposed to receive an award on Friday, and also Friday is her birthday. According to Dorothy's aunt, the biological mother has really not had a lot to do with Keimani. Apparently she was upset about the fact that Dorothy was going after her for child support. Now, this is all alleged because it came from Dorothy and it came from the daughter. If you guys want to watch that full video, remember it's in my comments. It's available on YouTube. You guys are welcome to go and watch it and learn a little bit more background from these two versus what we've been hearing, because a lot of the stuff I've been hearing, it hasn't been true regarding the background of this baby girl. At the end of the day, what happened should have never happened. Of course, here at the Black Accurate News, I send my condolences out to the family and rest in peace to this beautiful baby. We've got to protect our kids better than this, and I just can't. It's just so very sad. But I want y'all to put y'all thoughts in the comments. This is Double D Mo for the Black Accurate News.